I feel like a lot of women don't do rich right. Like, if I were rich, I would recruit other rich women and we would come together and we would put together a fund where basically we save so much money, we start buying up towns. And we would buy towns all in the same area so they can kind of be connected and just make one big town. And in that town, it would be a town that is only for women. No men allowed, not even boy dogs. This will be a town so full of femininity that it would be a paradise. It would be quite literally heaven on earth. And then we would name this town Eve. Like, how girly is that?
Hey everyone, welcome to Shimmer Girl Talks. Did you all hear that? What a lot of these women don't seem to realize is they are going to get exactly what they're asking for. And notice it always seems to be black women with this eliminate black men from their lives altogether. Join the 4B movement. They call other women male identified and pick me, etc., etc. But to talk about this young lady here, it's funny how people always want to count other people's money. She said if she said rich women are doing it wrong. If I were rich, this is what I would do with my money. And we know full well she wouldn't. If she were a rich woman and I don't know her, it's just an assumption, she would get probably the flyest weave, all the designer bags. She wouldn't be thinking about no woman only town. And she said, even no boy dogs. Here's my thing. I want women to do this, but I don't want them to be able to take their sons with them or their daughters for that matter. Give your children to the father or fathers, because we know that's what y'all do. And one reason why a lot of you are in these situations where you just want to write off men is because and I'm not going to even say I feel so bad for women. I used to, until I started getting attacked for being helpful. So now I just say whatever the freak I want to say now. I used to tell women, this was 20 or so years ago. I always say 20 years ago because that's how long I've been online. I used to tell women, get yourselves married and build your life with the husband. So many things will fall into place when you have the right man by your side, but you have to be the right woman. And here's what a lot of these women told me, with first of all calling me a pick me. I ain't pressed to be married. Not every woman wants to be married. What is marriage going to do? Marriage don't mean nothing. And a lot of those women say that because they are judging the idea of marriage against the loser type men that they choose to lay up with. And now I'm seeing that a lot of these men aren't necessarily losers. They're just men. Well, okay, we can call them losers, I guess. But these are the men that these women actively lay up under. These are the men that these women have their children with. And I used to warn women years ago about the price of promiscuity. This is where you're getting so many of this male angst and hatred. Because if your body is not involved like that, you're not going to hate men like that. And a lot of these women don't even hate men based on their own experience with men. They hate men because in society today, and especially online, it's not even pockets. This is the actual rhetoric that you see on a lot of these social media sites. It's a lot of anti-male, anti-traditional woman, anti-traditional marriage, nuclear family, but it's pro promiscuity, it's pro having babies without a husband. So a lot of women, like I said, they're going to fight when men are already allegedly pulling back from women and giving women what they think they want. You say you don't want to be bothered by men. Men are saying, okay. But see, at one point, and I don't know if I'm going to have it in this video, she said, well, we do want you men to come into town and fix things up for us, but then we want you to leave. Men, y'all shouldn't even want men for that. You don't need men, right? Then how y'all want to be equal to men? You're equal to men. correct? So then you would get your roughneck behinds out there in your Timberland boots, get you some studs to go out there and work for you. How about that? Y'all don't know what you're asking for. And then in a few years, because it's like it's right now, women are saying, how come men, they're not protecting us? They don't want to marry us. They don't want us. They don't like us. Why don't y'all stand up to these women that get on these platforms and say things like this? Y'all let these women be the mouthpiece for womanhood. And then when women such as myself speak out against it, I'm the pick me male identified, don't no man want me anyway, you need to worry about your own dang self. Y'all be fighting against men so tough, and then you act surprised when men say, you know what, have at it. I'm not going to help you. You don't want it. You don't need it. Bye. Deuces. And that's my topic for today. Talk to you later.